In the serene mountains of the Himalayas, where snow glows like divine light and silence speaks louder than words, a divine soul took birth. Sundaranatha. From childhood, his heart was filled with peace, compassion, and deep wisdom. He would often sit by the river, lost in meditation, while the world around him faded into stillness. He grew to become a devoted disciple of Lord Nandi Devar, the great guardian of Lord Shiva. Under Nandi's guidance, Sundaranatha learned the highest secrets of yoga, meditation, and the inner path to divine realization. He understood early in life that the human body is not just flesh and bone, it is a temple. The soul within is the divine flame that lights up this temple. When body, breath, and awareness unite, one experiences God not outside but within. One day, Lord Nandi looked at him with deep affection and said, "My child, there are seekers in the south waiting for the light of truth. Go there. Spread the wisdom of oneness." Obeying his master's words, Sundaranatha bowed and began his sacred journey from the Himalayas toward the south. The journey to the south. He walked across forests, rivers, and villages, meditating as he moved. Wherever he went, people felt peace in his presence. He healed the sick, comforted the sad, and awakened love in hearts that had forgotten it. After many days of travel, he reached the divine region near Chidambaram, a land sacred to Lord Shiva. And it was here that destiny awaited him. The divine incident. One day, as he passed through a village, he saw a heartbreaking sight. A simple cowherd named Moolan had fallen dead under a tree. Around him stood his herd of cows, crying and refusing to leave their master. Sundaranatha's heart melted. Out of deep compassion, he decided to bring peace to those innocent creatures. He sat beside the lifeless body, entered deep meditation, and through his yogic power, transferred his soul into Moolan's body. At once Moolan's body came alive. The cows rejoiced and surrounded him lovingly. For several days, Sundaranatha, now in Moolan's body, cared for them, feeding and guiding them gently. When he returned later to where he had left his own body, it was gone, dissolved into the light. Then a divine voice echoed in his heart, "This is my will. From now you shall live as Thirumoolar, the sage who entered another's body to spread the light of truth." And thus began the journey of Saint Thirumoolar. The silent sage Thirumoolar settled near Chidambaram under a sacred peepal tree. There he went into deep meditation, so deep that he would awaken only once a year. Each time he awoke, he would write one verse of divine truth and go back into stillness. He did this for 3,000 years, writing 3,000 verses in total. These verses became the great spiritual text known as Thirumandiram, one of the most profound works on yoga, love, and divine realization. The essence of his teachings, Thirumoolar's words were not meant for scholars alone. They were simple, practical, and universal. He said, "Anbe Sivam, love is God." He taught that love is not an emotion. It is the essence of life itself. To love is to see God in every being. When we love selflessly, we dissolve the wall of separation between ourselves and the divine. He taught that the body is a sacred temple, and we must care for it with reverence. Pure food, pure thoughts, and pure actions make the body glow with divine energy. When we live in awareness, our very breath becomes a prayer. Breath. The bridge to God. Thirumoolar revealed that breath is the bridge between the body and the soul. When our breath is calm, the mind becomes peaceful. When the mind is still, we experience the light of Shiva within. He said, "Every inhalation is God entering you. Every exhalation is your offering back to God." He urged people to live consciously, to breathe, speak, and act with awareness. Because awareness itself is the doorway to realization. Love, compassion, and oneness. Thirumoolar's heart overflowed with love. He saw no difference between man and woman, saint and sinner, rich and poor. To him, all were forms of the same divine light. He said, "Do not search for God in temples made of stone. Search in hearts filled with love." He taught that true worship is kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. When you serve another being with love, you are serving God directly. Silence, the highest prayer. Thirumoolar lived most of his life in silence. He taught that silence is not emptiness, it is fullness. In silence, the mind dissolves and the soul speaks. He said, "Silence is the true teacher. Words divide, but silence unites." He encouraged everyone to spend time each day in silence, even for a few minutes, to reconnect with their inner peace. Realization in daily life. Thirumoolar never asked people to renounce the world. He said that spirituality is not found by escaping life, but by living it consciously. Work with love. Speak with awareness. Breathe with gratitude. When your every act is done in awareness, you are already walking the path of liberation. He said, "Liberation is not after death. Liberation is the moment you realize that the divine is within you." The final union. After completing his divine mission and writing the Thirumandiram, Thirumoolar sat under the same sacred tree where he had meditated for centuries. He entered deep meditation, his face calm, his heart glowing with bliss. Slowly his body began to radiate light, brighter and brighter, until it merged completely with the infinite. There was no death, only transformation. The yogi had become pure consciousness. Even today in Chidambaram, his presence can be felt by those who meditate in stillness and love. His verses continue to guide countless seekers toward peace, awareness, and divine realization. Thirumoolar's timeless teachings summary. Anbe Sivam, love is God. Love all beings selflessly. Love itself is the highest worship. The body is a temple. Treat your body with care through food, thought, and action as it houses the divine. Breath is prayer. Breathe consciously. Breath awareness connects you to the eternal source. Silence reveals truth. In silence, the soul speaks. Peace flows when the mind is quiet. All paths lead to one. No religion is higher than truth. Every sincere path leads to the same divine light. Awareness in action. Live mindfully. Let every action be done with consciousness and compassion. Service is worship. Helping others is the purest form of devotion. Self-realization is liberation. Know that you are not the body or the mind, you are the eternal light within. Control the senses. Master your desires and the inner light will shine naturally. Oneness with all life. See the divine in every being. Unity is the true realization. Thirumoolar's life is not a legend, it is a message. A message that love is the highest truth, breath is the link to divinity, and silence is the path to peace. So, take a moment each day, breathe deeply, love selflessly, sit in silence, and you'll feel what Thirumoolar felt, the eternal light of Shiva shining within you. Love is God. Breath is prayer. Silence is truth. This is the wisdom of Saint Thirumoolar, the eternal yogi who became divine light.